Hello, my name is Olivia Shernock, and this is my presentation on the Ojibwe tribe and their diversity in art. So, as sort of an introduction, I decided to cover that during this course we have learned about their struggles and practices and battles to keep traditions alive. However, with that comes a wonderfully diverse art culture. Throughout this presentation, I will be discussing the many forms of art practiced in Ojibwe culture, some examples being pictographs, the metis sash, I hope I pronounced that correctly, and several others, so I hope you enjoy. The first one I'd like to talk about are pictographs, which we did cover in class. They are one of the most dated and most common forms of artwork, and typically they are painted on with a red tinted mixture, sometimes black in rare cases. These art pieces were displayed on natural landforms like rock and other times walls in homes or huts. It is said that the early artists were trying to communicate an idea, and not only was this an art form, but it represented storytelling and early writing as well. The next and most popular item I'd like to talk about are dream catchers. They are very well known, and before they reached popularity in the 1970s, the Ojibwe were the only tribe to make them. Modeled after the web of a spider, their purpose is to catch all dreams, not only just nightmares like it's commonly believed, and is said to teach about natural wisdom. They were usually hung over cradles or beds as protection. After the Dreamcatcher earrings became an increasingly popular fashion statement in the 70s, more and more tribes began to make them, and eventually Dreamcatchers were commercialized and can be bought anywhere by anyone, which is kind of unfortunate. And we move on to the Metis sash. I have many parts to this and it's very long, but anyways. So what is metis and what does it really mean? This term refers to people with mixed ancestry, typically European and indigenous, and typically the mother figure is indigenous, where the father figure was considered the voyager from Europe or any parts of the globe. Its design and purpose is encased in a finger-woven garment ranging from 8 to 10 feet in length. Although it can be worn as a scarf or used as a rope, its original purpose is to hold a coat closed. Part 2, the significance of the color. And as you can see, it's full of many, many colors. And what we might not know is that each color is shown for a specific meaning. So the red represents the lives that were lost over the years and the blood that has flowed and has been washed away, but at the same time represents their strength. And if you notice, it takes up a big portion of the sash. Green represents fertility, mainly from the women or the life givers, but as well as the land from which food is given. Gold represents resilience and prosperity of the people, mainly through the trauma they've endured, as well as the goal to pass it down from generation to generation in the future. Blue signifies spirituality and the people's connectedness to one another. White represents the people's connection to their creator or to the land, to the sky, and to the water. Black represents colonization and the loss of culture, traditions, and language. And if you notice, I don't think you can really see, it's very, very small in comparison to the rest of the other colors, because most Native American tribes believe that they don't want to use that as a definition of their culture and believe that they're over it now. And the logo, resembling an infinity sign, represents the joining of two cultures as well as the existence of people forever. In conclusion, although there are dozens of other art forms represented through Ojibwe culture, this one the ones covered in this presentation are arguably some of the most impactful. And whether it be through music, written, spoken word, or dance, the culture is wonderfully diverse, and I hope to learn more about the Ojibwe culture as I grow older. Thank you so much for listening, and I really enjoyed this class. And these are my sources.